Okay, I'll just brief it all over again. Firstly, there is a file and you want to perform certain operations on the file, right? What are the operations? One is open because you have to open a file, and then there is read operation, there is write operation, and if you don't want that file to be open anymore, you have to close it. So there is close operation, and if there is no more any necessity of that particular file, that particular text file, you need to delete it. Okay, so these are the 5 functions that you have regarding file. That is why it is called as file handling. You are handling the file in different ways. Okay, firstly we'll look into the open function. Okay, open function is a built-in function. All right, so if you want to import this file, text file, from a separate folder in your PC, this is the following syntax you need to follow. Okay, first you have to write open, and the brackets will be open now. Inside these brackets, you have to write file name, name of the file in which you have saved your file, and the mode. Okay, mode is nothing but the reason why you want to open this file. You want to read it, you want to append it, you want to write in it, or if that file does not exist anymore for some reason, you have to create a new file that is denoted using X. Okay, this much is basic. How you are going to, yeah, I'll give an example. Next is the syntax. Okay, see, this is the syntax over here. Okay, now F is the short form for file. Okay, so F is equals to open. All right, as you can see, this is the built-in open function. If you write open and give bracket, and inside bracket you have double quotes, inside which you have to specify the name of the file. Okay, for now I have a file called as new t.txt, right? Where is my file name? Okay, yeah, over here I have my file named as new t.txt. Okay, what I have to do is go over here. Inside here, I'll type in new t.txt. Okay, if I do this, my file will be automatically opened because we are giving which file should be opened, and it is .txt extension, which says that it is a text file. All right. Now you can see that I told you in the syntax there are 2 things. One is the file name that we are already given. Other one is mode. We are not specifying any mode over here. But as I told you, by default, if no modes are being given, it will take it as a read operation. Okay. This read mode is a default mode. If it is not mentioned, it will be read. Okay. Next. Now see, this operation is done when that particular file is located inside our Python app. Suppose you are using Sublime. Okay. Suppose you are using Sublime. Inside Sublime, you are going to create a text file. Okay. If you are going to create a text file over there, then you have to directly write the file name .txt. Okay. Or if you have a separate folder named as Sublime, okay, and you're going to save your code and your text file in the same folder, you have to make use of this direct open with the text file name. But if your text file and your Python file is in a different folder, okay, suppose your text file is in downloads and your Python is in Python folder, you need to copy the URL or the path of the text and copy it in the open file. Okay? Clear with this one? If there is any doubts, please let me know now itself. Okay? Yeah. And you can see over here that R is being mentioned. What is this R? This R denotes read operation. All right? Clear with this one? Yes. As you can see here. Next is, now we have opened a file. Now next what we are going to do is we are going to read the lines. Now you'll ask me, here we have already mentioned R. But why are you saying that there is a separate read operation? This R over here tells us that this particular file is only to read, not to write. Okay. Now, if the Python has to read your lines and display it on the screen, you have to make use of read line function. Okay. Now, this is how you're going to open a file. And then in the print statement, you can see f dot read line. Now, here is the f. Okay. F is the file. You can either write f, you can write file. Any of these is fine. But if you are giving file over there, you have to mention file over here. Okay. Clear with this one? Print file dot read line. Okay. As it is a built-in function, you don't have to specify any variables inside. Okay. This is simply bracket. Clear with this one? When you're writing it in print statement, you're going to print whatever the lines are there in that file on your screen. Okay. Now you don't want this text. Suppose there is hi everyone written in that text. Now you want to print this hi everyone 5 times. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to add in a looping statement, right? For those who don't know what a looping statement is, it helps us to write the same sentence again and again. Okay, that is how much ever times we want to write the same sentence, we have to specify that those many number of times, and that is how many times it will be displayed on the screen. Okay, you can see here F document is being opened. Inside for loop is being used. Okay, how many times this F is being repeated? X number of times. Okay. So print X number of times. Clear with this one, everyone? Any doubts, please let me know in the chat box. All right? Do not hesitate. I guess everybody is clear with open operation and the read lines operation. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now you want to close the file. What will you do? See, here you have opened the file. Here you have read the file. Your work is done. Okay. Now your work is done, right? Now you want to close the file over here. F dot close. See, as simple as it is. You have to just write close and the F dot close. Because you want to close file named as F. So you have to write F dot close. Okay? Clear, everyone? This is pretty simple. You just have to write dot close and the file will be closed. All right. Now see, we are done with 3 operations. One is open, one more is read the lines, and the other one is you're closing the file. Now, I don't want to simply look at it, read it, and close it. I want to write my own stuff in the text. How are you going to do it? There is 2 ways of doing that. One is how to write an existing file, and the other one is to create a new file. Okay. Now look at it. Here you are going to make use of append. I told you if you want to write one more sentence extra after the last sentence, you are going to use the append. Okay. Now carefully look at here. F is equals to open is going to open the text file. Okay. Now F dot write. It is not read line. Careful. F dot write. Now you want to write in this particular file. What do you want to write? Now the file has more content. Should be displayed in the text file. Isn't it? Huh? So you have to write it like this. And you have to close the file. That's it. It is as simple as it is. Okay. Instead of read line, there is F dot write. That is the only difference. And inside the bracket, what sentence should be there is being written over here. All right. Next. You are going to open the file again. You are going to read the file. Okay. This method is done because you have made some changes, right? You have written something extra. So now you have to save it again. Again, you have to open the file and you have to print the final result. Okay. So this is why it is written again, this part. All right. Yeah. Now this is the first case, that is when you have to write into a existing file. Okay. But when you want to create a new file, you don't have an existing file now. So you have to create a new file. How do you do that? Over here. Suppose you had a file named as demo file 3. Okay. I'll remove demos so it is not confusing. Yeah. Suppose you have a file called as file3.txt. Okay. And it is in writable content. Now, what you do is you delete this file by mistake. Okay. So what you will write in it? I have deleted the content of this file. And you'll close it. Okay. Clear? Then again, you'll save the new ones. You'll write. Or what you can do is simply create a new text file. Okay, simply create a new text file, delete the old ones and follow this procedure. Open and print directly. Okay, you don't have to follow these two-step program. Okay, just create a new text file in a folder and use f.write and write whatever you want the content to be. Close it and then again print the statements. Okay, this is how you are going to write into an existing file. All right, clear with this one? Yeah, this is create a new file. Nothing. You are going to use X to create a new file. And you are going to make use of append and write here as well. Okay. Now see, F is open myfile.txt and X. Okay. So now you'll ask me, instead of creating a whole new text document into a different folder, why are we making use of X? Okay. Suppose you're given the two same names for two text, two text documents. Okay. Suppose there are two text documents, both have the name as file 1 and file 1. Okay. Now it has to show you that both the names are same and there is an error because the file is already existing. You can't create a replica of the existing file. Okay, that is when you use X. What it does, the file 1.txt will be there. Instead of that, it will create a new file. Okay, it will create a new text file with file 1 already existing. Okay, you can name it as file 2. Okay, it will create on its own if the same name is same. Okay. Then again, you have to open it. You'll keep it in writable form. That's it. Clear, everyone? Everyone is clear with this one? All right. Okay. Now, lastly, we'll look at how to delete a file. Okay. After this, I'm going to show you a few examples. Okay. This is the basic theory part I'm telling you guys. Okay. Delete a file. Okay. So, to delete a file, you must import the OS module. Okay. And run its OS remove function. So now you have few libraries, right? As you know that these are built-in functions. Yeah, I'll show you the examples. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. To delete a file, you have to import the OS library or the OS module. Okay. You have imported it. Now what you have to do is just write in os.remove and give the file name. Your file will be automatically deleted. All right. Yeah. Now, if you want to delete a whole folder, what you have to do is import OS again, same method, and os.rmdir. RMDIR is the keyword used to delete the whole folder, not just a file. OS module is it is like a library. Okay, it has inbuilt programs. You have to import those programs into your code. Okay, that is why you are importing the OS. Okay, it is like a folder containing many programs. You want few programs from that folder to delete your file. So you're going to import this OS. Okay. Now I'll show you an example how you're going to open a file. Okay. Now see, I'll go to this folder. This is my folder. I have stored this file called as new t.txt in the following folder. Folder name is HTML. This HTML is a part of downloads. Okay. Now what I'll do is I've created a file now. I've created a text file. I need to go to a Python compiler. Okay. For now, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. Okay. You can go to a text editor as well. Okay. Now here I have already written a code beforehand. You can see here that I've written F is equals to open this one. Okay. See? Now you can see that I have given it as F equals to open. I have given the name of the file inside the bracket. Right? And I'll tell you if loop is used over here, because if the file is opened, then you have to print that file open. If the file is not opened,